Hello, America. Sorry about the insult. Um, don't know any better. Got a good public education, but apparently my manners are lack. I'm fed up. I've kept my mouth shut, thinking that someone would lead the rally, that some senator or some congressman would come forward. New Hampshire is ready to secede from the Union, and I say that's where I'll go because I have a feeling like that's where it has to start. More and more states are finding themselves in financial ruin, and people have just given up. I mean, they've just laid down. And no one seems to be angry, or at least as angry as me and a handful of other people that run around here on YouTube trying to make a difference between Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, half a dozen bloggers. There are people out there who still want to quibble over the issues over, like, abortion. It's funny, you know, when I started this, I had to make my own peace with God. And one of the things that I made the idea of, I've always prided myself in being a conscientious objector. I've always been someone who saw war as a last resort. But then I find that when I made my peace with God, one of the things I had to make peace with was not just the Supreme Court decision on abortion, but in myself that if someone would kill a fetus, what's the difference between an individual killing a fetus and me being willing to defend my Constitution? To defend my Constitution first in words and second in action. Putting your money where your mouth is. There is no difference because you're going to be killing someone's baby, and other babies will die, and that'll be called collateral damage. I was someone's baby once, a small, innocent infant, unable to defend myself, and others came to my aid. I want to bring up something. The USS Maine, to this day, Spain denies that it attacked the USS Maine, but it brought the United States into the war, the Spanish American War, and history wrote itself. False flag attack. False flag attack, false flag attack. The Gulf of Tonkin. We find out years later, false flag attack. False flag attack, false flag attack. The USS Liberty, which is going to segue another video, but I'll come back to that because I'm not quitting. Like I said, I'm sick, I don't feel good, and I'm really, really cranky, so I may as well just dump it off on somebody, and you'll do. If you'll listen to the whole thing, you'll do. World Trade Center, Building 7, free fall, false flag. I'm convinced of it now. I've seen so much of a pattern down through history. Hitler was no less or more guilty than anyone else over it. I'm not a smart guy. I don't run around with a lot of college degrees under my belt and trying to be smug with anyone. I'm just an average, everyday guy who tries to do right by his kids, tries to do right by his friends, tries to do right by his family. But I'm sick of this crap. The more headlines I read, the worse it gets. You know, secret police step up. They set themselves up to spy on people. I'm taking this right off of Blacklisted News, and when I'm done updating everything, I'll leave all the links right over here, and you'll be able to go to some of the places that I go to read my news. Rents.com, blacklistednews.com. I go to Bloomberg to get caught up on business. I get my gold speculations from kitco.com. I pull a lot of stuff from Natural News, VOA, Business Week. I go everywhere. I go everywhere but Fox. And you know, I don't know. I mean, the more I read, the more I see combining biometrics and sensors, fingerprints and faces can be faked out of brain patterns, you know, but not brain patterns. So now they're going to get inside and they're going to read your brain patterns and they're going to figure out, you know, everything else can be fake. They can fake your eye by plucking it out and sticking it in front. We've seen that in a movie here and there. You know, I'm sick and tired of waiting for the other penny to fall. I feel like I'm at DEFCON 4 here. I'm fully loaded, packed with a bag ready to roll. Just stop, drop, and roll. Leave it all. And I've encouraged America to try to stop, but you have a Ford Explorer and a $480,000 house that you have to pay for, or your parents have to pay for every single month, and we can stop it all. We can take back our country very peacefully, but that's not what you want. You like the idea of people who own guns, because after all, you may not own a gun, to be rounded up and arrested if they don't surrender their gun, like in Australia. And I want to point that out. The original Crocodile Dundee, not the movie character, but the original Crocodile Dundee was killed because he wouldn't surrender his guns to Australian government. And that's one of those headlines you just don't see every day. FDA okays drugs from genetically altered animals. And what they want to do is they want to use this milk. They say stillborn babies, or they want to use part of the blood that they've created, but the animal doesn't show any side effects. But they want to help to increase birth in stillborn babies. But still, we're using something that we shouldn't be using. It's unnatural. China's created its own new propaganda machine. Merciless robots will fight future wars, because when they come to kill you, they won't have a conscience, and they'll just be following their directives the way they're supposed to. It just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. How bad people have really, really, just let. I don't know if you just don't care, or if you just have something else better to do, but the time for dancing is over. Comedy Central's over. Lewis Black is probably the most preeminent funny man on politics. His take sometimes is real, but it's time to stop laughing. It's time to start taking on the real issues, and it's not just because they're prevalent. It's because some of the short-term issues that I was talking about over a year ago have proven themselves to be close. Now, like I said, I'm not a really smart guy. I don't have a lot of degrees. I'm not running around with this great big, ideology on things. It's all in the Constitution, and right now we need it more than ever, and they're trying to take it away from you more than ever. And it's not just the Second Amendment. It's not just the First Amendment. It's every single amendment that's going to protect us now, and that's it. That's it. This, there's a half a dozen names. Peter Schiff. He's not the most brilliant guy in the world, and he misses every once in a while. But don't we all? I mean, don't we all make mistakes? And I don't know. I'm just going to keep going with these videos because this is too much. Pentagon clashes with media over control of information, things that they don't want to get out. Blackwater's new business is training pro athletes. That's part of that base they have down in Los Angeles. That's, they're going to recruit more people. And now our future communist ways, and to all of you communists out there that think this is going to be a great idea, you're wrong. It's going to be the same thing. There will be bread lines, there will be starvation, and you won't care as long as you're not starving. But just remember, I'm here for you. I'm here for you with the SUV. I'm here for everyone. The lies are just going to keep going, and I'm not going to stop. So this is the end of this video, and like I said, I'm sick and I'm cranky, so I'm going to get some water and some juice, and we're going to move on to the next video because I'm in a really, really bad mood. And America, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. You get little bits of information. It's time you just engross yourself with it. Because if you know where the foundation is, then you know where the building leads to, and it comes to a point with an eye on top. And these Bilderbergers, these Rothschilds, the 13 bloodline families, they're trying to kill you, or at least a fraction of you, so they can control those people better. And you don't seem to care, unless, of course, it directly affects you. Wake up. It will affect you, and if it's not affecting you now, it will affect you in the near future. America